This is what I was hoping to do today, but it's like 30 degrees out here. I am cooking, so we are not going to be doing this barn. And the main reason is just because I just don't want to be up in the sun too much. The beams have gone, so I kind of need somebody else there to be kind of helping me with it. And the telehandler is the only thing I've got right now. So given the heat, I'm going to kind of try and do some stuff that is in the shade. So, yeah, I'm going to take you through what I'm actually going to be doing. So this is it. There is a lot of brush and undergrowth right at the back of the property. And this is where we kind of want to build our compost heaps, which I started doing. But given how quick everything is growing, I've got to get onto it right away. So this is where I'm going to be spending my time today, clearing back all of this. Joe's had to go to B&Q and Screwfix just to pick up some more pieces. But yeah, this is what we're going to be doing. One thing I want to show you is the amount of stuff I have to bring out for a small day's work. And one of the reasons I want to have the workshop built into the barns. So just turning around, all of these tools are required just for me to do the clear up work around here, tidy everything up, build some compost heaps, and build a couple of raised beds. So it's actually quite a lot. Most important thing I've got is my Health and Safety Supervisor, who is living the dream over there. Unfortunately, he's had to be strapped up to a post. He's got plenty of space to move around. He's got, a 10-meter circumference, a 10-meter radius circle to run around in. But given the heat, he's happily just sat in the dappled shade, looking at the birds, supervising me, sniffing. He's got water right next to him, which every now and then he'll take a drink of. So he's quite happy there. The reason we're having to put him on a line is because we are now getting plenty of rabbits and other fur boils around the farm, and he just can't help himself. So rather than him get into trouble, he's on that.
Oh, great. Another day of watching Dad work.
Okay, so coming in here, you can see my lips are moving, but no noise is coming out. The microphone is broken. So I've just described how the compost system is going to work, but we're going to save that for another video when everything is built. But what I'm trying to achieve is to have 5 separate bins that aren't actually anchored into the ground, so that if I ever need to replace any of the wood, I can take out individual sections. So the whole idea is I'll have some fence posts squared up to each other, creating individual bins that are 1.2 meters wide on the inside. And it's relatively quick and easy to build. All I have to do is get the height right, square it up with the previous bin, cut the sections off so that we can attach the chicken wire to the inside of the frame. This first section is probably the hardest bit, trying to get this one post square and getting it attached. It's one of the first times I'm using the grippers, so they will grip up to 75 kilos. So what that allows is me to level the top beam while I get the timber post level, and I can then just basically attach them with the nail gun just to grip it, and then I'll square it off with the other side. Yeah, let's get on with it. Here's some music.
Golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, Yeah, we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire.
So Joey's back. So yeah, I did make a cock up on my ordering. These sheets here, I need to order 4 packs. I ordered 2, so I'm just going to try and get the inside bit done. So while I'm away in London this week, Joe can at least get the chicken wire on the inside of it, so we can start using it. And then yeah, sometime next week I'll just go into the other sections. Joe's on the other end there, doing mowing and taking some of the weeds back, so we can start put close the fence. So if we need to repair that lot. Bit of a shame taking some of it down now, but if we've just got to do it just so we can see what we've got to order. So yeah, so basically getting these up is going to be nice and quick. All I'm going to do, get the spacing, and I've got to go from the top down because of the way the spacing works. But yeah, basically I'm going to put that in there. This in here. And get it lined up. So I get the first one in. Nail. Over side. Nail. And both sides go all the way down, tack them all in, and then I'll screw them in. So I really do miss my old laser chop saw. Might have to get the new battery powered DeVolt one. Hashtag DeVolt. Hashtag begging. Oh, right. So now we're just going to repeat across the back. And that's this good. And the inside.
There we go. So that's as far as I got today. I ran out of time, as always. We got the first part of the internal section done in, so Joe can do the chicken wire next week. I was a little bit disappointed myself that I only ordered the 2 packs of the wood. I'll get more next week and get cracked on. This is one area that I've kind of got to do out of sync with everything, but I'm really happy with how it came out. When all 5 of these bins are completed, we'll take you through our composting system and how we're hoping to get the best use out of it all. I'm also got to make a couple of gates. The ones that are on there at the moment, we found on the farm beforehand. You know, the whole idea with this now is that once this is full, we just basically add water to it and we leave it for 3 months. And in 3 months, we'll turn it into another, turn it over into another bin and give it another 3 months. By the way, then it'll probably be fully rotted down. And that's the reason why we want to have 5 bins in total, is that every 3 months we should be emptying a full lot into a compost bin. So we need 4 bins for composting and 1 to hold the compost. But Joe did a really good job in clearing some of the fence. We've got more to do next week, so we'll get that finished off next week. but you can start to see there's a very old livestock fence at the back there, and we need to get that all ripped out so we can get a new livestock fence in. So there's more that we're going to be able to get to do. And at the bottom of the drop there, you can't see it's basically a giant puddle, but there's a really nice flat space, and we might go and investigate that over the next few weeks of whether or not it'll be suitable to have a pond. Yeah, no, here we've got some, lovely old elderflower trees. The plan is to have some elderflower cordial, elderflower gin, those kind of things. Joe will talk about that on the Facebook page. And if you've not seen the Facebook page, go to the Facebook page and go and check out some of the things that we're doing within the farm. Yeah, these are the old plum trees, and without having any care on them, just having them cleared back, you can see how many plums are growing on there. So again, Joe's going to be doing all manner of chutneys, pickles, and jams out of those plums.